All right, guys. Hi, thank you guys for getting on. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. If you guys can just do me a favor and make sure that you are muted so we don't hear a lot of background noise, that would be awesome. If I see, okay, I think we're good here. All right, let me get us over. All right, can you guys see my slides? I should have asked you to mute after. I can't see them. Yes, okay, thank you. All right, guys, so tonight we have some special guests speaking, one of which who is on the call, one of which who is not on the call, so we do have a little recording for that. But Marycarolyn Komes and Frey are going to be talking tonight about sacrificing for success. So Marycarolyn is one of Alicia Smith's coaches, one of her diamonds. And Frey is one of my emerald coaches who was pushing for diamond. So Marycarolyn and Marie got together and they became success partners. They're going to talk a lot about being success partners as well, but also how they got together to really make a lot of sacrifices for their business to get to that next level in their business. They are both wives. Well, no, Marie's not. They have either a husband or a boyfriend, but they do not have any kids. So it's just they have a job and they take care of their homes, but they are still really, really busy. So it's cool that they got to know each other that way and became success partners because they do have a lot in common. So they're going to be talking here in a little bit. But before they start, I'm going to go ahead and go over the shout outs. Okay. So we're going to start with the top producers. We have Megan Blinka at 840, Lindsay Callis at 406, Angela Triplett at 390, Melissa Chavez at 375, Misty Valentine at 360, Kaylee Hirth at 360, Cheryl Isola at 315, Jen Franklin at 300, and Rebecca Bennett at 300. Way to go, guys. If you're not sure what top producers are, the number we get there to the right is based on the volume. It's your PV, your personal volume. So that is your own volume you get from your personal orders if you get Shakeology every month or if you get a workout program, and then also from any customer orders. Okay, so that's how you get the number. And then we have a couple new Emerald coaches. We have Heather Simon, Stacy Taylor, and Peg Walters. Congratulations, guys. Way to go. That is, Emerald is like, it's the first step into your business. So if you guys are a brand new coach, going Emerald means you have one coach signed up, personally sponsored on your right leg, and one signed up on your left leg. Two coaches that you sign up will get you to your first rank advancement. So that is an awesome job. And then we do have a few coaches at Success Club 5 and 10 already for the month. We have Michael Gowan, Kickin' Butt at 12, along with Marycarolyn at 12, Jen Franklin, who is one of Michael's coaches, at 10, Kaylee Hirth at 10, and Megan Blinka at 10. Every single one of these coaches here are doing such an amazing job, and I just want you guys to know, if you are not following them right now, please make sure that you do, because they are all different, but are very great coaches, and they have great Facebook pages. So just make sure that you follow them and get some good tips, especially with how they post and share their story. And then Success Club 5 and above, we have Reagan Long at 9, Caitlin Hawley at 8, Cheyenne Barton at 8, Melissa Chavez at 8, Lauren Penrose at 7, Sarah Griffith at 7, Maria Paletta at 6, Carrie Lalonde at 6, Amanda Ingram at 6, Heather Simon at 6, Michaela Mueller at 6, Megan Evans at 6, Amanda Dufresne at 6, Ashley Roberts at 6, Kara Marshall at 6, Soraya Waldron at 5, and Stephanie Karchner at 5. Great job, guys. And what is it? Oh my gosh, it's already, why don't you get a chair?
Because I'm doing calf raises.
She's doing calf raises behind me. You guys see this, right? It is the 21st, so literally we have like a week left, a little over a week. So let's just keep doing it. Let's keep kicking butt. We have a ton of coaches that are on the way to Success Club 5 for the month. As I say every week, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're not even on the leaderboard yet, if it's your first day of coaching, if you have a goal that you want to start helping people and you want to start doing something with this business, go for it. start talking to people, start inviting people, and make it happen, okay? 3 people helping. If you help 3 people a month, getting them signed up for a challenge pack to get in your challenge group, that's going to get you to Success Club. So you get 2 points per challenge pack. Doesn't matter what challenge pack it is, but you have to have a Shakeology HD order. So if they don't want a fitness program and they just want the shakes, that'll get you 1 point, and then the challenge pack will get you 2. And I always tell people, please make sure that you guys are running challenge groups every single month. It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 people that want to join your challenge group. You have to be able to give them something. You don't just want to be one of those salespeople that, hey, purchase off of my site, you give them the link, and then they sign up and you leave them off to the dogs, you know? Like, you want to give them something. That's part of why we do what we do. We are coaches. We are here to help them and give them daily support and motivation. So we have to hold that and keep helping them along the way. All right. So July promos, $140 challenge packs, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and 22-minute hardcore. Okay, those all come with the fixed containers. I need to change my phone upside down. I get so sidetracked. And then the $180 challenge packs are the 21-day kickstart, 21-day fix extreme kickstart. So that also comes with a 3-day refresh. So if someone's wanting to really jumpstart their nutrition, I always say that kickstart is going to be the best bet for them. All right. Country Heat release. I hope that you guys are all promoting it. Country Heat is going to be released July 27th, and that is going to be just the challenge pack, okay? Challenge pack only, the 27th. They changed the date. It used to be the 28th. Now it's the 27th on Team Beachbody alone in the challenge pack. It is going to be $140. The regular price will be $160. And then on 8/1, it's going to be released to Team Beachbody with just the program. If they don't want the shakes, they do have to wait until August 1st. And then August 16th, it will be released to beachbody.com through the infomercials, getting it through the TV. Just for you guys, if you're looking to start putting it out there about Country Heat, if you haven't done it yet, ways to gain some interest, create a public event, and start putting some tips and some information about Country Heat in there. You can put a YouTube video of it. If you did the workout and you recorded yourself, that would be great. You can put your video of you doing that. You can also do videos to post onto social media, whether you want to do a live video. I know Sarah Griffith does a lot of live videos. If you want to do that, Megan Blink also did. If you want to do that, put it on your Facebook, put it on your like page. Do a blog post if you have a blog. If you don't have a blog, don't feel you have to make one just for this. And just do any different kind of post on social media, just talking about what you're doing. Hold a pair of boots and talk about the Country Heat release, and people who like line dancing, people who like.
I have a question.
Yes. Hello?
Sorry, that was me. I had a phone call coming at the same time.
Oh.
I have a question. Can you put that back up?
Yeah, I just didn't know who you were. But
Sorry,
your mom.
it's your mom.
Okay.
I'm your mom. In case I know I changed a lot in the last.
Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, so July 27th, Country Heat's released to us, just the coaches only.
No, to everyone in a challenge pack.
Okay, and then what's the difference with 8/1? That's just the program only without the challenge pack.
Program only?
Yeah.
Program only. No
Okay.
challenge pack.
Okay. So to get it July 27th, you have to get the challenge pack first. Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Thank you. I was just a little confused. Sorry.
You're welcome. No problem. Love you. All right. So that's what I have to say about Country Heat. Just make sure you keep talking about it. Even if you're not going to do it, guys, please still promote it, because there are going to be people that do want it, and you don't want to be missing out on these potentials because they're going to go to someone else. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean they're not going to. This is the kind of thing that even though you don't want to do it anyways to get. Can you guys make sure you mute yourself? I can't see who it is. All right. Who's not muted? Okay, are we good? All right. Sorry, guys. What was I saying? Even if you don't want to do it, I think every single one of you, every coach should still be buying this program and doing it to have the experience. That way, when someone comes to you and they're like, well, how is it? You can tell them what it's like. You don't have to like it, but doing it is going to be very beneficial for you, and you will be surprised the results you'll actually get from it. There's a lot of people that were in the Beachbody test group that didn't even like country music. They hate line dancing, and they loved the freaking program. People were saying that they got better results in the 21, even Autumn said this. There are people getting better results in the 21-day fix, and they're burning more calories in the 21-day fix, which is pretty amazing. But, you know, even the times that I've done it, once you get the moves, you can really work it. So make sure that you're getting it, even if you're not planning on doing the whole program. Still purchase it. All right, August Cup Challenge. Who's doing it? I can't see you, so sorry, but maybe you can say me. If you have not signed up yet, guys, please make sure that you do. If you don't know a lot of people and you want to get in a group, don't not do it because you don't know anyone. That's a stupid reason not to grow your business. Go in Forever Fit and say, hey, I want to do the Cup Challenge, but I don't know anyone. Does anyone want to do it with me? And I promise you we'll fix you up with somebody, okay? We will get you a team, I promise. But do not hold back on your success because you're afraid or you don't know anyone or you don't have a team, okay? Talk to your upline coach and we will get you a team. 5 coaches per team, 1 lifetime diamond per team. Ranks are as of July 13th. So if you are a diamond coach on July 13th, you are one of those diamonds in that team of 5. You cannot have another diamond with you. Per person, you can have up to 35 points, Success Club points, or Cup Challenge points. 1 Success Club point equals 1 cup point, and then 1 rank advancement equals 3 cup points, which is really, really cool. All right, so the whole point of this is for you to get as many people to help as you possibly can while building your team at the same time. Get people to Emerald, sign up new coaches, try to help them along their journey. If you have people that are pushing for Diamond, get those people on your team and work with them, help them get to that next level in their business, because not only is that going to gain points for them, it's also going to gain points for you and your team. Okay, there's 3-tier prizes. Guys, Beachbody loves when we are helping people. They recognize us. Part of this recognition is you're going to get gifts for working together as a team and helping people at the same time. So there are different prizes based on whatever tier you and your team get. You have to be reaching Success Club for yourself, along with your team getting some points in order for you to get a prize. If your team gets 30 points, but you're not hitting Success Club and doing anything, then you're not going to get the gift or prize, and everybody else is. Okay, so make sure you're putting in the effort too. The prize is tier 1 is a hat. It's either a USA or Canada hat. Tier 2 is a t-shirt, Country Heat t-shirt. Tier 3 is an awesome skateboard, Beachbody skateboard. It looks really cool. And then you have a chance to go to California. And an Apple Watch is teams 2 through 10. I think that's all right. Thanks. Yeah. So plenty of opportunity. I don't care if you guys are all new coaches and you want to get together. You all can still get the number 1. You can get the number 1 spot if you really wanted to. It's just on how much time you're willing to put in and how much effort you're willing to put in. This is the website for the cup. It's teambeachbodycup.com. You can register now. Actually, it was a couple days ago that you can start, and you have until the end of the month to register, okay? 1 person registers for the entire team, so you would have to get their information. All right, next, I just wanted to go over this here real quick. Sneak peek into coaching. Every month, I either do a live 2-hour event, or we would do a 3 or 5 day sneak peek event. I am not doing that this month, and the reason being is because I'm still doing something, just not that. I feel like pushing really hard for a couple days and talking to as many people as you can in 2 days, and only giving them that little couple days to have this event go on or group go on is not really fair. Then they miss out on opportunities. I feel like if I can create a group like I do a challenge group and invite people all the time, that's going to be better. I have this group all the time. It's not going anywhere. I have my videos in there to share with people, and I can constantly be adding them in. And I can keep track of who I'm inviting as well. Easier. So I'm going to be posting a link for my script that I'm using in my group in Forever Fit. Another way that I'm doing it is creating a blog post. Again, if you don't have a blog, that's okay. For people who do have a blog and they're sharing their journey and the coaching opportunity, I'm doing a separate blog post and a page in my blog for the coaching opportunity. And I will have the same videos on there listed 1 through 7 where they can take a look and then they would be able to sign up with me. It's going to be the same link, the same script that I'm using in the group. So if you do not have a blog and you want to put people in a group, I will help you create a group if you need help. Hopefully you all know how to if you have been a coach and you have challenge groups. But do this. Please do this and invite people. Me not having a live event doesn't mean don't invite people to coaching. That's not going to help your business at all. We're just doing it a different way, okay? And last but not least, Forever Fit Diamond Retreat. I've been talking about it all the time. If you have a goal of going diamond, you have to be diamond by the 1st. This is September, August, sorry. And you have to RSVP by August 15th that you are going. Team leaders only of my personally sponsored. If you rank advanced in 2016, you got to be a team builder. We are going September 14th through the 18th. I just did a call on it in our Diamond page. So if you are a Diamond coach and you did not get to listen to that, please go back and listen to it so you can get more information because we do have some updates and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. And all right, Marycarolyn, you are here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so Marycarolyn is going to talk. Also, like I said, Marie is going to be, I have a recording for her. She did some talking. Sorry, I put on it. Here, do you want to come over here? Oh, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Is it okay if we listen to Marie's video first?
Yeah, because she kind of explains like what we did.
Okay, so Marycarolyn and Marie, basically they worked together. They decided to do Eric Worre is the person who created this training thing, is Recruit 20 and 30. So this video is going to explain it, and then Marycarolyn's going to go ahead and finish. All right, let's screen share again. All right, can you guys see her?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead with it.
Okay, so my name is Frey, and I have been a Beachbody coach.
Oh, that was cool.
Since January, and I'm at Emerald. So in a couple of different groups that had been going on, they kept bringing up this GoPro, and it was Eric Worre's philosophy of recruiting 20 people in 30 days. And first I was like, oh, that's cool, not for me. And then I just kept seeing it and I probably should look further into this. And so I did, and I was like, ooh, this looks good. I just don't know if the timing's right. Then I put up my ad out on Forever Fit about finding a success partner, and that's when I met Marycarolyn and Stacia Hobbs. And so we all started talking, and then all of a sudden I was like, Marycarolyn, this is something I want to do. And then she was like, oh, that's awesome. I would do it too sometime. And then I told Deidra, this is something I want to do. And Deidre's like, let's do it. Now's the perfect time. Get it done. You have to, talk to a whole bunch of people. Then they're going to see you at Summit, and that's going to drive your business. So that is what we are going to talk about tonight, is the GoPro, and a little bit about the philosophy of, how things went for us. So I am a full-time property manager for 374 apartments. I drive an hour each way to work. And then my boyfriend is a dairy farmer, and we milk 125 cows twice a day. So very busy. By doing this, it was like huge time management. My alarm clock would go off at 2:50 a.m. every morning, get my workout in, jump on the computer for a little while, go outside, milk cows, come back inside, do some follow-ups, talk to more people, drive an hour. That's when I listen to personal development. Work on my lunch break, jump back on doing Beachbody, back to work, and then hour home working on personal development, get home, throw some stuff together for supper, and then doing Beachbody till 11, 12 o'clock at night some nights. So the big thing was like just kind of breaking down the day as where I could have extra time. You are doing 8 hours of Beachbody every day when you do this GoPro program. And you learn a lot about time management, and during those 8 hours, you're really focused. You're turning off distractions, you're putting your phone away, like you have a lot to get done in a little bit of time, I guess. So the GoPro is you concentrate on talking to 300 people, and you do it in kind of, we broke it down the first 10 days, we messaged 300 people. So it was about 50 people a day, give or take, some days or more. When we first started off, we were doing like a lot. And then day 4 or 5, I think we both hit a wall, like we're struggling, we're tired, like you didn't see the payoff right away. Like, is this going to work? And we're making a lot of sacrifices. And then the next 10 days, you're kind of following up. We both created these, we had separate groups for sneak peeks. So we had videos in there. So when someone said they were interested in coaching, we would put them in this group and they could message, look at videos. Meanwhile, we're still talking to other people. And then the last 10 days, you're just like getting them signed up as a coach or a customer. You're helping them kind of get started. They're asking questions. You're responding to them. You're introducing them to the team and that kind of stuff. It didn't work out perfectly 10-10-10. You know, once you have someone interested, you want to get them going and signed up. I'm still doing follow-ups with people. It's just kind of how it goes. Everyone's schedule is different, and some people don't respond to your messages right away. So before doing this, I lacked my follow-ups. That was a struggle. And so now if I open up a message and I read it, that means I have to respond. It doesn't take that long to respond. Facebook, you can type something up in a minute and respond back. Confidence was a huge thing, and that was something that I had to dig deep and did listen to a lot of personal development on confidence. And then also, there were struggles through this, and it did get hard. And sometimes I was like, what am I doing? Like, is this really what I want to be doing? And it was, yes. It was like, am I where I want to be? No. And Success Partner really helped because some days I was high, Marycarolyn was low, or she was, you know, doing great, excited, and I was struggling. Like, there was a couple of boxers that I did, and I was like crying, like I'm struggling, like this is hard, like it is really hard. You're making sacrifices with your friends, your family, your significant other, and you're lacking sleep. I love to cook. I wasn't cooking as much as I wanted to be, and the house was dirty. There was dishes everywhere. I was making a lot of mistakes at my full-time job because I was lacking sleep, and I was just, my mind wasn't focused on my full-time job. My mind was focused on Beachbody, and that's great, but you had to kind of be like, take a step back and be like, okay, slow down, figure out what you have to do and make this work. So after doing this, I am now more confident. I just message people, and it's like, I just messaged 300 people in 10 days, so what's messaging 3 in 5 minutes? Like, that, I am still working on, and myself, and being more about coaching, posting about coaches. I've done more posts about coaching since doing this, because that's what our target was. We had also talked about, we were focused on getting coaches. We wanted to build our business. And a big part of me wanting to build my business is I've been Emerald since close to when I started in January, and I wanted rank advance. I want to go to diamond. And to do that, I need to get myself out there. And back to the farming thing, so my boyfriend's Randy, and he is working, today he meets with a banker to buy the cows for the farm. And so he's been throwing out these numbers of how much it's going to cost. And I'm like, how are we going to pay for this? Eventually we'll get married and his debt becomes my debt. And that's when I was like, I got to do this, and I got to build my team, and I got to go for it. Before we get married, before we have kids, I can, make this income. And that's what was a big push for me for doing Go for Pro. And it wasn't always easy, and it was fun at times, you're talking to all these people. I know the weird part is you make all these friends, you're talking to them, and then I had the experience of running into them in public, and I was like, they're like, hey, we've been talking, and I was like, yeah, I talked to 300 people in the last 10 days. Like, which one was it? It was a friend of a friend of a friend. But it showed you, how important you are to them, that you reached out to them. They don't know you talked to 300 people in the last 10 days. They just know that you talked to them. So it was kind of like, I'm a local celebrity, and I have to pay attention to people. So it was also a struggle, just keeping up with everything. I struggled to keep up with the little groups I was in, doing those little assignments. I struggled. Some days I did not want to work out. And I was focusing on this and focusing on this. And if I would have changed it, I would have, eventually I did change it. Eventually part of my 8 hours was working out, doing my Beachbody program. Because when I do my program, I'm happy, confident, and feel better about myself, and can share more about what's going on. So that's a little bit of it. How it went, good. Would I do it again? You bet. It happened really fast for us. We had this idea on Saturday, or we had this idea sometime during the week. Saturday we had a call with Deidra and the Marycarolyns upline, Alicia, and then they were like, we're starting Monday. And I was like, oh, okay. So then we got our list of 300 people we wanted to talk to. We started. And could I have been more prepared? Yes and no. Because I did this, I started Streak. I wasn't using Streak. I also started my little sneak peek group, which I hadn't done before. So there are takeaways from doing this. And there's some things, maybe I would change different next time. A lot of objections was time, and I think that was just because it's summer and everyone has trips, they're on vacation, but it's never the right time for you or me. I had a lot going on, but I still did it. So if I do it again, I would probably maybe do it a month, winter-ish, just when people are kind of refocused. It's also another thing we had talked about was instead of 20 coaches, maybe it's 20 challengers in 30 days, because then those challengers see what you do, and then those challengers turn into coaches, hopefully. So that was another little thing we wish we kind of would have done it differently, but next time, that would be a suggestion. Do get 20 people who are going to be 20 challengers, and then after 30 days, you can roll them over to being coaches if they want to. Do that. So that is a little bit about the GoPro, and it was a very interesting 30 days. But it was just a huge confidence boost. It was huge to change what your mind can do. Before, I was just doing the average. And then it was I'm going to be above average and do all this stuff, and I might not see the success right away, but over time, more people are watching me, more people are talking to me, they'll see me at Summit, and I could come home from Summit and, fingers crossed, have a couple messages, be like, okay, I got it, I want this coaching thing. So that was kind of why we were like, let's do this, let's get this done. We want people to see what we're all about. So I hope that helps you. And if anyone has any questions, I know there's going to be a Q&A, but if there's something else that you want me to talk more, feel free to message me. Have a good day.
All right. We'll exit out of that. All right. You guys still there? Okay. All right. So that was awesome. All right. Marycarolyn, do you want to go ahead and keep going strong?
Yeah, I'll keep going strong.
Cool.
By the way, Marie's brother is visiting from Hawaii, so that's why she wasn't able to be on.
And we're working at the show.
Yeah. So, my name is Marycarolyn. I have been a coach since March, and I hit Diamond in 2.5 months from deciding that I wanted to be a coach. I started off just as a challenger. Really early into coaching, I decided that this was what I wanted to do. I very quickly became miserable at my day job that I have, and am now just really trying to do everything I can to become full-time Beachbody as soon as possible. So Marie did a really good job of explaining the methodology of the 30-day push, so I won't really talk too much about that, but I'll just talk a little bit about the things that I found most important to me and my experience through this. The first thing I really wanted to talk about was success partners, because in this last month, I really realized how important they are, and I have two. Marie, who you just heard from, and Stacia. And to be honest, when I first heard about the whole success partner thing, I didn't really get it. I was like, well, I have Alicia, my upline. I don't need anybody else. She answers all my questions. She's wonderful. I didn't think I needed anybody else. But Marie put a post in Forever Fit, and I was like, oh, she sounds cool. I'll just message her. And I had been thinking about it, talking to Alicia about it a little bit. And so we really hit it off. And then Deidra actually recommended that we talk to Stacia as well. And the three of us just really clicked right from the start. We're all really, really different. We're all really busy. And Stacia has 4 kids and homeschools her kids. Marie is crazy, wakes up at 2 a.m. to milk cows every morning. And then there's me. I'm married. I don't have kids. But I still have a pretty busy life. I don't think you could find 3 more different people, but somehow we just all really, really click. And so obviously we talk a lot about Beachbody, but they have also become some of my closest friends in these past 2 months that we've been talking. We share post ideas. We all live in really different areas. I live in Pennsylvania, Stacia lives in New Mexico, and Marie lives in Wisconsin. So we can share post ideas. We have totally different markets. No one's going to see both of our posts except for, I guess maybe people on our team who are friends with both of us. But, we can share post ideas, and that's really cool. We discuss personal development. Stacia and I are reading a book together. I knew for me that I really needed to keep personal development kind of at the top of my list, even in this 30-day push, just because I really lack confidence, and I knew that I needed to, keep that going. So Stacia really, really helps me with my personal development. I don't know. I call them my life coaches. We talk about everything under the sun, not even just Beachbody, but just our, personal lives. We share everything. We talk a lot on Voxer. If you don't have Voxer, I would really recommend downloading it and just start talking to your upline on there, different coaches. It's really easy. We're all so busy. So I would be outside walking my dog, and I would just hop on Voxer and, message them back, or way easier than texting and stuff like that. And when you're in different time zones, you can't always pick up the phone to call. So Voxer is really cool. So like Marie said, this was kind of her idea. She was thinking about it. She told me that she was thinking about doing it. And like I told you before, I really want to make this my full-time job as soon as possible. So I was just whatever, sounds like it's going to suck a lot. Like it's going to be a lot of work, but you know, if this is going to propel my business forward, I'll give anything a try. So I think that was on a Wednesday, if I remember right. She messaged me about it on a Wednesday. She messaged Deidra and asked if Deidra would do a call with us, and that happened Saturday morning. And Deidra said, I will never forget this. She was like, okay, I'm not getting off this call until like you have a start date. And this was like early to mid-June, and I thought maybe Deidra was thinking like July 1st or something. And Marie and I just kind of like looked at each other, and Deidra was like, well, I think you should start on Monday. And I didn't think we were going to start that soon. But you know, why not? Like we were going to do it sometime, like why wait? You know, I was really busy at that time, and you know, knew that June and July were going to be a busy month for me, but we're always busy. So I wasn't going to use that as an excuse. But some things that I had on my plate during, you know, these past 30 days, I had family coming in from North Carolina that I only see about once a year. I was celebrating my first anniversary. It was over the 4th of July, and my husband and I had a weekend away in Baltimore, and we were planning to buy a house this summer. And then I had some other personal things come up that I will go into here in a minute, but just some other things I want to mention. I think things that were really important to me during this, my husband was really, really supportive. He knew that I was going to be a little bit absent in terms of like time with him throughout these 30 days, but he knows that I want this, and he knows the potential that it has, you know, for us and our future family. So he was okay with it. Marie told me I had to tell you guys this, but I feel stupid. He recommended that we use like paper plates and paper cups and stuff like that throughout this, because like you don't have time to do dishes. Like you're working, you know, I work 8 hours a day at my real job, and then I come home and work Beachbody for 8 hours. So Chris was like, well, I'll do laundry, like I'll help out more with like laundry and try to help keep the house clean, but like maybe we should use paper plates. So that was a stupid little sacrifice, but like, all right, we're gonna use paper plates for a month, and we did. So getting more into the 30 days, one of my big struggles was I was not very present at my full-time job. Doing Beachbody 8 hours a day, and the fact that I love it so much, my mind was just constantly on Beachbody. So I would go to work 8 hours, try my hardest to stay focused, but I always wanted to be doing Beachbody work. I would come home, do Beachbody, go to bed, wake up, go to work, and then just be wanting, you know, to return messages and wanting to get to work on my Beachbody stuff. So that was a struggle for me. I had to work like really hard to stay focused on my day job. One thing that when I do this again, because I will need to focus on more is my own health and fitness. I did not do terrible. I'm training for a half marathon, so thank goodness, because that really, really helped, because I couldn't let myself like totally, you know, fall off the wagon. But I didn't do as good as I could have done in terms of that. There were days when I missed some workouts. There were some days whenever I did not eat as well as I should have. So I just have to be honest about that. If you do this, I would somehow make a big old promise to yourself that you are going to work out every single day. Because, I mean, you feel better on those days anyway. So I always just try to remember that. Our house was a little bit messy during this time. That was something that I had to like sacrifice. Normally our house is really clean, and I just didn't have time. It wasn't a priority. No one really comes and visits us anyway, so like who cares? Let's see. So then we found a house, back to my personal life. About a week into this, we decided to put an offer in on a house. And I knew that, that was going to take a lot of our time, like, figuring out what we were going to do there. But it was our goal to buy a house this summer. So even though I was doing this method, we found a house that we loved. It was our dream house, and we were about to put an offer in on that. And on day 12 of our GoPro method, we got word really unexpectedly that my husband lost his job. And that really kicked up my why, like, a lot. I now like not only had to do this because I wanted to do it, but because like we needed to do it. I knew that like we were going to be okay financially, because we had this down payment that we were going to put towards this house that we had planned to literally put an offer in on like 2 days later. We that was the plan. But so that was on day 12, and I think that I could have let that like really rock my world, and it kind of did. Like that very first day, it really did. I cried to my success partners that day. Like I really did. I hopped on a Zoom call with Deidra and Marie, and I cried that night to them. But the next day, I just decided to let it like move me forward, because Beachbody is someday going to be the thing that doesn't let us depend on other people for jobs. It's going to let us depend on ourselves to build our own income. So I let it push me forward. Like I said before, like confidence was something that I used to like really, really struggle with. And this whole thing and my husband losing his job showed me that my confidence actually has like skyrocketed since I started Beachbody. And I just really don't think I noticed it. But the old Marycarolyn would have let this like really, really rock my world, like to the core, and I didn't. Like for one day I was a basket case, and then I just decided to move on. But I think like my confidence in myself that I could do this and I could make this work for our family, like just made me believe that we were going to be okay. I also like have to mention I am a Christian, and somehow through Beachbody, like you don't think that something like Beachbody is going to make your faith stronger, and I'm really not sure how it does. I think it might be the people. I really don't know. Maybe just finding myself a little bit more and realizing what's important. But I also through this like just realized that I really do have a strong relationship with God, and I just trust in him that he is going to make this all okay for our family, and that even though, we're going through rough times right now, that it's going to be okay. So that was one big thing. Other than like recruiting 20 people, like, that's beside the point. I learned so much during this. And, I can't say that enough. So those were some of my like big struggles. That last one I mentioned obviously was the biggest one, but I really didn't let it allow me to miss a day of work. I just kept on going and pushed even harder. So how this went for me, I think one thing that I would do differently in the future, Marie touched on this a little bit. In the beginning, I was focusing on just recruiting coaches, and I think that was wrong. For some people, like in my head, okay, I was only recruiting coaches, and after a couple of days I realized that just wasn't going to work, because especially for me and for my niche, if we're not friends on Facebook, or you don't follow me on Facebook or whatever, like I have lost a lot of weight. So my ideal challenger and my ideal coach either has lost a lot of weight or, is getting ready to lose a lot of weight. They just don't know it yet. So like, I think that in my niche, I need to find challengers first. So if I would do this again, I think I would mainly focus just on challengers and then worry to convert them to coaches later. So I had a little bit of a switch in methodology like halfway through. I then started focusing on some of like my really awesome discount coaches or customers who, kind of reminded me of the old me. And I became really successful with that. I ended up getting several of my discount coaches to commit to being working coaches. So that was really, really exciting for me. So that's just a recommendation for anyone who is doing this. I wouldn't just focus on coaches. I would focus on challengers too. One thing, it took me a little bit longer than 10 days to get to that 300 number, which I think was okay. I just, went at the pace that I could. I wanted to send out like quality messages instead of just like get out 300 messages in 10 days just to say that I did. So the results, I just kind of wanted to share like the numbers. So his big thing is 20 recruits in 30 days. I have not hit that yet, but I have planted a ridiculous number of seeds. And I think that Nashville is just going to be the icing on the cake and really let me, see these people that I've been messaging. They're going to see that. And I think that a lot of them will really hop on board after that. But I have signed 9 coaches through this. So that 9 coaches, that I'm happy with that. I don't know what it is about this month. Alicia and I were just talking about this. I have like 4 links out to people who they keep not signing up. I don't know what they're doing, but I have 4 links out to people. So 2 probably won't. I think 2 probably will. That's probably what my odds will be. But I had 23 people who I had in my private sneak peek group. So those 23 people, although all of them have not committed to coaching just yet, 23 people found something in our conversation that they were interested in enough to say, yeah, just go ahead and add me to your group. So I'm hoping that some of those 23 people will, again, while I'm in Nashville, maybe they will see some pictures and say, all right, it's time. I am going to follow up with those people after Nashville and talk to them again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In closing, I'll just say, I know that we use time as a big excuse. We do, and our challengers do. And this just really showed me that there's no good time for anything, and bad things happen at the absolute worst times. But that's okay. You just do it anyway. We hadn't planned for my husband to obviously lose his job 2 days before we were putting an offer in on a house. But that's just life. So, and then the last thing, this whole thing showed me, again, back to the confidence. Sometimes I would wonder, and I'm sure most people on this call have wondered, okay, is this business really for me? And I think that maybe you would think a big old push like this, where you're working 8 hours a day and 16 hours on the weekends, maybe you would let it show you that maybe it's not for you. It did the opposite for me. I love this. There were nights when I was really tired and wanting to go to sleep, but my feeling during most of it was I love this. I'm having so much fun. I got so much more confident in my invites. Now it doesn't really scare me at all. You don't have to message me back. It's okay. You'll come knocking on my door someday. I know it. So those were my biggest takeaways. And I think that's everything.
Girl, that was awesome. Okay, so a couple things. I'm really excited for you 3 to meet each other next week.
I am gonna cry so much. I'm gonna cry.
Stacia, are you gonna cry? It's so awesome, like what Beachbody can actually do for people. Like, it's incredible. And you guys, like, if you guys are just now getting into this, like, allow yourself to get into it, because there are so many amazing things that you are going to gain out of this. And it's not just a good job. It's not just getting your Shakeology paid for. Like, it's so much more than that if you allow it. So I'm excited for you guys to meet, and for me to meet some of you. Marycarolyn, I know you, but I haven't met the other two yet, so I'm really excited. And I feel like you both I've seen a huge difference, and Alicia has seen a huge difference in your confidence, like both of you. It has been amazing. From Marie doing that video, from the first time I've seen her make a YouTube video, is like, holy crap, she is like a different person. You talking on the call, the way you just presented yourself and did this call was like, you've been a coach for years. Like, that's what I felt when you just spoke. It was amazing. You guys just have blown it out of the water, and I'm so glad that you guys were willing to take the time out of your busy lives and busy schedules to make yourselves better coaches, better people, better leaders, and to grow your business and take it to the next level, because I know there are not a lot of people out there that are willing to do that. I know I have done this twice, and it was a couple times. It was some of the hardest times in my business because I did it when I was very busy. But, you know, whenever I told you guys, why don't you start Monday, there is no good time to do anything. Like Marycarolyn, like the things that have come up, you don't know ahead of time that these things are going to come up. But it's really cool that she took it the way she did, and she let it be her push and not something to pull her away. And that shows how bad she wants this. And I hope that you guys can have a big enough why yourselves that when something bad comes along, or when you have an obstacle or a struggle that comes along, that you're going to let those things push you forward, and let that why be big enough that it's going to keep you going and not hold you back from something, because it will do amazing things for your business. Do you guys have any questions? Maria, how did you go from working 8 hours a day on your weekend getaway?
Okay, I did not work over my weekend getaway. Deidra told me I couldn't, first of all. It was an anniversary getaway, and we left the day, just being really honest, like, we left the day after my husband lost his job. We almost didn't even go, but we had like half of the stuff we were doing there like already paid for, so we were like, we'll figure it out when we get back. And I pretty much turned off my phone that weekend because that's what I needed to do for my family. I still did my, 3 posts a day, but wasn't Beachbody related. It was just, what we were doing. But, I hope that I didn't make it sound like it wasn't hard. Like, it really was hard. If you're doing this, like, you do need to be prepared for that. But how did I work that week? I didn't. You still have to be present in your, like, everyday life. Now, you're going to, have some time away from your family, of course. But when Chris and I were going through that, like, I did have to put down my phone that weekend. And what I did to overcompensate, like, Tuesday was supposed to be our 30 days, but I'm treating Friday. So, like, I'm still pushing. Friday is my end day for this. So I just added a couple of days on.
So for all of you who think I'm a terrible drill sergeant, I did not make her work when she went away. I told her to turn it off. And the reason Marie is not on tonight, she was going to get on. She had her brother coming in from Hawaii, and they had their, what's it called? Like a fair. The county fair that they do. And she's like, I'm going to hop on and find a quiet place. I'm like, You have made so many sacrifices for your business and you have worked your butt off. Don't you, I said, I better not even see, I said in our box, I said, I better not even see you on the call. Like, you are not doing that. You've done your part. You made the video. You have been present. You have done your part. So like, that's what's cool about this. Like, if you put in the work and the effort, like, it's going to pay off. And I was just talking about this on a call. I did a call for a couple coaches earlier today, and I was talking about time management. And it's like making these sacrifices now. And I know, guys, that we don't want to make a lot of sacrifices because it's like, well, we're already missing out on things. Yeah, Maria, you were on the call. But it's like, you don't want to take away things because you already feel like you're taking away a lot. I don't want to miss, you know, the evenings with my husband, or I don't want to miss my TV time because that's really the only time I have, or, you know, whatever it may be. But guys, if you make those sacrifices now, and I'm not asking you to take away your entire life, but if you can make small sacrifices now. I did not watch TV for the longest time. I was just telling Maria and Misty and a couple other coaches that we talked earlier today that, like, I'm finally watching a first series of a TV show. And Parenthood is amazing. So if you guys haven't started watching it yet, go watch it. It's amazing. But like, it's my first time really watching TV. I'm on my fourth show. I'm so excited about it. And I'm going to watch my fifth one tonight. Yeah, it's amazing. But like, I made that sacrifice. I didn't watch TV for a really long time. I made sacrifices from my kids for 30 minutes a day, here and there. Yes, I did make sacrifices away from my kids. Why? Because I didn't want to be a full-time freaking nurse for the rest of my life and miss out on 12 hours with my kids. Now I sacrifice 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes there. And guess what? I'm at home every freaking day with my kids. I am not missing a damn thing because I made small sacrifices. Guys, make small sacrifices. Be willing to do it. I promise you, in the long run, you're going to be really happy. But if you are not willing to do little things, you don't, A, want this job bad enough, B, want that freedom enough, and C, you're going to be mad at yourself and you're going to be wishing that you would have done it in the long run because you're going to be still doing the same unhappy thing that got you started if you don't make those sacrifices. Oh, I don't know why I get like that sometimes. I get passionate. All right. I think I'm done. Sorry, Marycarolyn. I started getting old.
I was gonna ask what TV was.
What?
I was gonna ask what TV is. I don't remember.
TV? Yeah. That thing is behind me. I don't even know how to get to work half the time. But you will be, like, there's going to be a time where you can sit back and you're like, babe, let's go watch TV. And my babe, I'm like, hey, boys, my kids, babes, let's go watch some Parenthood. And they're like, no, I want to watch Ariel or whatever they want to watch. I'm like, no, it's my time now. And I tell them that, like, finally, I want to watch TV. So it's worth it. It's totally worth it if you're willing to put a little work. Okay, a lot of work. You have to work for it. This shit ain't gonna come right to you, all right? You gotta work for it. But if you work for it, it's gonna be awesome. I swear a lot too when I get passionate. Sorry. All right, I'm done. Does anyone have any more questions for Marycarolyn? She was really awesome, huh? And Marie was too. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for getting on the call. Thank you, Marycarolyn, for taking time and speaking and sharing this thing that you guys did. It's pretty awesome, and I can't wait for others to do it because I know a couple people already said they wanted to. So awesome. All right, guys, if you have any questions, just post in the team page. All right, have a good night.